This is Spare Parts, your show for all things motorsports. With your hosts, Stephen Cleary, Sean Cavarella, and Taylor Moore.
Hear that music?
Welcome to another episode of Spare Parts. I'm your host, Sean.
I'm Steven.
And I'm Taylor.
How you guys doing?
I'm dead inside. No, I'm kidding.
Yes, we know. We just had
At least it wasn't because of Ferrari this week.
Yeah, we just had an entire conversation before the show of how upset Taylor is because her football team lost to Steven's football team.
Go Jaguars for why did I say
Fuck you, Steven.
Yeah, way to out yourself there.
Yep. Well, I mean, it's still not the worst team to be a fan of on this group. So
Okay, let's be honest. Okay, let's go over football teams quickly. Lions fan here. You're a Jaguars fan, Steven.
ever suffering.
And you're a Chargers fan.
I was gonna say, at least my team has gone to the AFC final in the last and done something in the last 5 years.
Yeah, they also had the first pick, so like
The last 2 years, yes. We went
Yeah.
from the highest of highs to the lowest of lows. Dug ourselves another 50 feet down, and now we're slowly digging ourselves up.
Okay, anyway, this is a motorsports podcast, so I don't have time for all your football bullshit. We're here to talk to Zoom Zooms.
Zoom, zoom, zoom. I miss
So,
the zoom, zoom.
Listen, we don't talk about Mazdas.
What's wrong with Mazdas? They're good cars.
Nothing.
Yeah, what's wrong with the Mazda? Why shouldn't have Mazda there, Steven?
I'm not. I'm just saying we don't talk about Mazdas because
Kinda sad.
I go zoom, zoom, zoom.
Kind of sounded like you're shitting on Mazda.
I'm not
Yeah.
shitting on Mazdas.
And all the Mazda fans are going to come after you at Stephen Clary.
Yeah, but what's wrong with an RX-7, buddy, huh? So all the people want, right? They want an RX-7?
Sure.
I don't know. Okay,
my
so
gosh.
motorsports podcast. However, we're at to that time of the year where there is not a whole lot. We've had one major race this weekend.
NASCAR.
Yeah, that was NASCAR at Texas. And not a whole lot else going on.
Yeah.
But if you paid attention, there's a whole lot going on in the world of NASCAR. So
We'll start there, I
we're
guess.
kicking off. Yep.
I feel like that's the only place to really go, right? It's
Yeah.
just the natural starting off point.
But it was the only
Yep.
race that happened this week, so
Yeah, exactly.
I would say so.
And what happened again? For the fourth week in a row.
Hey, baby.
Okay,
Oh, yeah,
that's
that
not the
didn't happen.
point.
But another non-playoff driver won. And if you listened to me last week, you would have also won money because I put money on Reddick, who is freshly out of the playoffs, and he won.
Yeah, I put my money on Bush. I kind of was going the same trend,
No.
but he crashed.
Ooh. Yeah.
But
Sean, you do
Sean-
not have a good NASCAR betting history.
Sean,
It's about
he
even.
was he was also trumped by the fact
He just
he
signed a
recently-
contract.
Yes, so you got to take that into account. That's a jinx against a jinx, and it cancels out, and therefore you're 50-50 at best.
So here's a question. If you're fired from a seat, does that mean you're going to do well?
Oh, does that mean Latifi's going to do well in
Like,
Singapore?
do I have to put Latifi in the
Latifi.
points?
Latifi P1.
Are we
Okay,
all
let's not
betting on
get-
Latifi? Okay, this is
No,
this is
I'm
away
not
from
that
NASCAR.
stupid.
I already have, not going to lie.
Of course you have.
Based on the trend. But yeah, so another non-playoff driver won.
Right.
And that's 4 in a row.
Yeah, the
Ooh.
playoff guys are 0-4. It's not even, the funny part is, I guess it's not even all first-time winners now because Reddick's won a race this year.
Yep.
Right. Yeah, that's
It's
true.
just it doesn't make any sense, but whatever.
The streak
How
the
funny
streak
will
will
be-
continue next week too, is Talladega.
Yeah.
So there is a chance that
who can we put money on there?
Kyle Busch,
There,
Bubba Wallace.
eh, yep, sure.
Okay. Sure.
Go for it. It's your money. Go for it, man.
Listen, how about we talk about that after? Okay, so Texas, Steven, what
Yeah.
happened in Texas?
Okay, so first thing, tires blowing up all over the place. Who did we lose? Chris Bell got really screwed by his tire because that pretty much ended his day, and he's sitting on the outside of the playoffs now. Busch had a tire go down. Chase Elliott had a tire go down. Kevin Harvick had a tire go down. Lots of people lost tires, so that was a big first thing.
It was a third of the playoff guys, I thought.
You could have told me a third
Oh
of the
my
field, and I would have
gosh.
believed you.
Yeah.
Like it was just a train wreck of tires blowing up all over the place. And I don't know who was looking through videos today. I was going through, and Scott Miller, who is the senior vice president of competition for NASCAR, was talking about, hey, why are all these tires blowing up? Because that might be a slight issue. And he said a lot of people were running that had their tires blow up were running on the edge of the minimum tire pressure,
Oh.
apparently. So that was probably why.
Do you want to
And it's
explain?
almost-
Do you want to explain the
Can you
advantage of that
explain?
and why?
Yeah.
Because you saw the thing earlier, Steven. You
What thing earlier?
didn't you see the thing earlier? Didn't you send it to
What
me
thing?
about like the why it was exploding?
Did I? I don't know.
I
Did I?
thought you did. Anyway, I'll take it
Maybe.
from here. Basically,
Okay.
the reason they were running their tires so low though was because they are trying to get the rear of the car as low as possible to maximize downforce.
Okay. Well,
So
that makes
if-
sense.
If underinflating your tire brings your like car height down just like literally like half a millimeter, or even like anything that makes it lower gives it more, makes the diffuser work harder, brings that ass lower of the car, it makes it go faster, especially at a track
Right.
like Texas. However, risk reward. So
Okay. I mean, from a strategy standpoint, that makes sense. But again, you're taking a huge risk, and I guess that risk did not pay off for multiple people.
No, because who else did I forget in that list? Truex also spun out of the lead because of a down tire. There was a whole mess of issues with that. What else was I missing? Cody Ware had a really hard hit into the wall. I don't know if anyone saw the aftermath of the wreck.
I did see. I turned on the TV actually right after that happened, and it was just him sitting on like pit wall. I thought he crashed in the pit lane.
Yeah, luckily not. We'll get to what did happen in the pit lane in a second, but he was pretty banged up. Was released from the infield care center, so fantastic, good to hear. But yeah, he was coming through and just sort of slid like 800, or yeah, probably like 800 meters, and hit the little entranceway that breaks open in the middle of the pit wall.
Well, he first crashed in 3 and 4 and went just straight into the
Yeah.
wall, like head on
Oh.
almost. Like it was a bad hit.
Oh.
He turned right on a left-hand track, which is never a good idea.
He was just trying to do the Lightning
I mean, you should
McQueen.
not.
You go right to go left. He was just trying to get that extra speed, right?
Sure. I think that was only on dirt tracks, so he'll keep that in mind for Bristol next year. He'll be great.
Listen, that was
Oh,
never
yeah.
specified in cars, therefore.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay, but should we be taking an animated movie as what you should do on a NASCAR speedway?
I think Disney is the Bible. We should do everything what Disney says. Yep. Just ignore everything like pre-90s that was, racist and anti-Semitic and all the shit that was
Or
Disney.
sexist.
Yeah.
There you go.
You know, never mind. I hate Disney. Fuck Disney. There we go.
Okay. You know what?
So
We're
if you
just
don't,
not
if you
gonna
don't
do
hear,
this.
if you don't hear from us next week, or at the very least you don't hear from Sean, you know what happened. You know who did it.
It wasn't me.
No, it
Come
wasn't
back
Sam.
here, you bastard.
Oh, you know what? I'll save this because it's not appropriate, but okay.
You coward.
What? I was gonna say if you get no, I can't say this on the podcast.
Coward.
I can't.
Okay,
I
fine.
can't. I'll
Okay.
send you the link after.
Okay, fine.
Okay. Anyways, Cody Ware's
Smoked.
okay.
Yeah.
Got smoked.
Oh.
It was a very rough hit, but he's fine. So was a little Twitter thing of like, how did safety go backwards? Yeah, whatever. It didn't. Cars just got really fast.
Yeah.
So,
And also,
Anywho.
it's a new carbon design. It doesn't fall apart as much as it used to. Therefore,
Yeah.
more energy gets put right to the driver. So
Yeah.
drivers will
Okay,
feel hits
You know
harder.
what? I was gonna say, since we were doing this, people were posting pictures of like, remember back in the day when guys would flip in the air, and it's like,
Yeah,
you
it
can
was
tell
the
who
It
didn't
was the
take-
Michael McDowell one.
Yeah, it was like just because one looks a lot worse doesn't mean it actually is.
Yeah,
That's not how physics work.
yeah. It's all about the force going through the driver. Right.
Yes. So,
Like a guy
and when
flying
he's in
through
the,
the air.
when he's in the air, the only force is when he lands, and
Exactly.
that'll shake you up. But
Yeah, but it's not like you're just going to be hard stop.
Yeah.
Right. It's those hard stops which are. See, it's the same old thing, right? Speed doesn't kill. It's suddenly coming to a stop that kills you.
Yep, speed never killed anybody.
The sudden stop definitely did.
Yep. Yeah. So, anyways, the other eventful thing that happened in the pit lane that not as many people caught was Ty Gibbs and I think Austin Dillon got together a little bit, and Ty Gibbs almost shoved Austin Dillon into a pit car that had a bunch of pit members and officials around it. That was not great there, Rook. Don't do that. That's sort of NASCAR's a weird thing where retaliation taps are sort of accepted, and they were sort of door banging on the way out of the pits, which happens.
What happened?
It gets busy, but
What happened? Didn't something happen with like Denny Hamlin too?
that's what we're gonna get to.
Oh,
'cause
okay.
That was sort of the undercard of the tensions in Texas.
Okay, sorry.
So you
I
had
jumped to it.
you had Gibbs and Dillon. I don't know if NASCAR's done any sort of penalty or something, or if he's gotten just a slap on the wrist sort of thing.
I'm checking
The pit
Twitter.
lane should definitely not be a place where you're doing retaliatory hits, especially when it's crowded the way it is these days with stage racing and everyone on the same strategy. Because those guys only really are wearing helmets, and if a car comes in and crushes a crew member, that's not good, because he is gonna be squeezed like a ketchup packet.
I was gonna say a toothpaste container, but like, yeah, sure.
That works. The ketchup's more, I'd say, color accurate. So
Either one sounds pretty like
either way, not great.
not great.
Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see if he gets something. I hope so, but we'll see.
Probably
The
not.
big thing, probably not. Anyways, the big thing coming out of Texas, and this was big for multiple reasons. Okay, so
I mean, everything's
mentioned
bigger
it
in
before.
Texas.
exactly.
Okay, I see.
Except you're still 5'4",
Okay. Uncalled for.
but accurate.
Shut up.
Anyways, Denny Hamlin, William Byron is going to be the new thing to be watching for the next two races, especially as they're fighting for playoff positions. Basically what happened, I think it was stage 2 or so. Denny Hamlin sort of rides Byron up into the wall, and gives him a solid hit into the wall. Obviously, that never is appreciated. A little bit later on in the race, caution comes out. I think it was when Truex blew a tire from the lead and was spinning out. And have either of you seen the video?
Nope.
There's in-car video from Byron's car, and he's right behind Hamlin, and you can see the yellow light come on, and he just sort of drives up. You hear it downshift, and it almost sounds like he's accelerating, but hits him square on the right side of the bumper and spins him out under yellow. So that's not great.
So we're saying that was intentional?
Kind of sounds a little.
So Byron did say, "Yeah, I hit him intentionally. I didn't mean to spin him out." And it's like, if you're hitting him intentionally, hit him a little square. Don't hit him on the right back bumper
Yeah.
under caution when you should be slowing down. Denny came back up. This is in a race for second, and originally drives in front of him, saying, "No, that's still my spot. I deserve to be there. Then eventually, as Byron slides up past him, goes up and starts hitting the rear left quarter panel and just bumping him all the way around the track.
Is this all under yellow?
This is all under yellow. That's
God.
the best part.
What?
So, yeah. And if you haven't heard the Hamlin and Byron, is it Byron or Bone?
It's Byron.
Byron. But if you haven't heard the audio from both of them, definitely go check it out because it's hilarious. This is going to be something that's going to be fun to watch for the next 2 races. Because basically Denny said, yeah, he's going to get it at some point. Just at some point, he's going to be doing really well, and then he's going to lose a lot of spots because Denny got bumped to the back. Here is the stupidest thing that happened out of this. So it's an intentional wreck under yellow, and Scott Miller, the guy who was addressing the tires, also said, oh yeah, we just didn't see that happen. We didn't see him spin out.
How do you not
we're
see
gonna-
that?
That's
I don't
actually
know.
So terrible.
Like this ain't the
There's no
fucking
way.
70s where you got 3 cameras set up and they're all around the track and you can't just hit a button and go, oh yeah, camera 45. Let's scroll it back. Oh yeah, there it is. You got an in-car camera view that literally showed it.
But like, you're also at the track, I assume.
Yeah. You're
And
in the
watching.
they were up in the command tower. The fucking announcers, I can't remember which who called the wreck, but was like, "Oh yeah, that's from a couple laps ago when they were tangling. Let's watch it again." And it's like, okay, so we as the consumer and the fan were able to see a replay, and you guys couldn't get one by the time you guys went back to green. What the fuck are you guys doing?
Or just see or hear.
Yeah. Were you all watching the safety car and the flashing lights?
Ooh, pretty.
Yeah, that was the big thing on Twitter this morning was what the hell are you guys doing up there?
That has to be some of the worst officiating or lack of officiating.
Yeah.
That's actually so bad.
Makes Michael Massey look competent.
Jeez.
Exactly. Maybe Michael was up there.
Nah, he would have made a call. At least a call.
Yeah, some
guys,
sort of
guys,
call.
guys, we went racing. What the fuck? So yeah, Denny ended up getting bumped back to like I think late teens, early 20s is where he restarted. I can't remember exactly. It was there was a lot of like, what the fuck are you guys doing? Kevin Harvick just teed off on people today on Twitter. NASCAR put up a replay of what happened between Byron and Hamlin, and Harvick's quote tweet was, so there are cameras in every car, and crazy that they couldn't get that up in the tower. His other big thing was, and I like this, it should just be like F1 where you can put it under investigation, because basically what happened was, yeah, we didn't catch it at the time, no call, everybody just keep going. And Harvick's solution was put it under investigation like F1, so that way at any point in the race you can issue a penalty and have it addressed, and you're good. Because yeah, you might not catch it right away.
Yeah.
Why is it?
Like,
oh, we didn't. Man, we're back to green. Can't penalize him now.
Yeah, shit.
That makes zero sense.
Yeah, with how long the yellows are, how do you not catch it with how many cameras you got? But even then, put it under investigation. Talk to the drivers and be like, "What the fuck are you two idiots doing? Knock it the fuck off."
Yeah. Yeah, like from a safety standpoint / like actually officiating, it doesn't make any sense. I don't see why there'd be any issue in having like putting something under investigation, like an incident. Is that a NASCAR thing? Like, does that happen? Just like not happen in NASCAR? Is that not a thing?
I guess not, because like it happens in every other form of motorsports. Is like, yeah, we'll just investigate it because shit's always happening. I don't understand why all of a sudden it's back to green, get out of jail free card. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. Because then you can pretty much do anything you want, and then as soon as it goes back to green, who cares?
Yeah, who knew there was a statute
Like
of
old
limitations on fucking NASCAR incidents?
On rules.
and it was a green flag.
Oh,
Yeah,
it was
'cause-
it was 6 laps. I'm good to go.
Yeah, because
Ridiculous.
the Gibbs thing also again wasn't penalized, and that one is on a similar scale. You know, it's not happening at speed, but it's also in a more dangerous area where you have exposed crew members. So you know, but yeah, Kevin Harvick went on a whole Twitter rant on a whole bunch of shit today that I also agree with. Happy came back out, and that was great.
Old man yells at cloud.
Exactly.
I mean, he is the old man.
He is, but he was making some good points today, I think. With that,
That's fair.
like he also did the we should have shorter races and breaks. So,
Or maybe just don't have like artificial added time to the race.
oh, that was another thing. I don't know if he actually got to that, but it would definitely help as well.
I mean, it would
Turn it- you
definitely
can
make it
turn-
shorter.
Like this was like a without the rain, including the rain delay. I think it was like a 3-hour 10 race. How much time do you think? How much? No, but that's I'd say
Is that normal?
pretty for a 500-mile race. That's pretty normal. It's about the length of a football game. So, I'd say that's pretty good.
That's kind of how NASCAR's always been.
But
Fair enough.
you could also, if you take out the artificial yellows, so there's 2 artificial yellows. Let's say it adds what 5 to 10 minutes each. You can take, let's say, conservatively 15 minutes out of that, and you're just under 3 hours for like a mid-sized race. We'll say.
Ooh, here's a take. Here's a Harvick take. Shorter races. Daytona 500 should be the only 500-mile race.
I don't fully agree with that, but also yes, there should be a couple like the
Man, he went off.
the Cookout 500. That one, yes.
There should be a few, but yeah, like
Yes.
not
every
everything
race
has to
has
be
to-
500. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. That's I think that's the big point he was getting at, because he also said, you know, there should be like a 2-week break. You know, I'm assuming when he says there should only be one 500-mile race, he's not including Coke 600 because that's sort of a marquee event for NASCAR as well. So, but it's also one of the few. Is it the only race that's 600 miles? I think it is, right?
I think so.
So, yeah, like there's, yeah, Kevin Harvick had a field day. So,
I think rightfully so.
yep. Anywho, so NASCAR fix your penalties. Byron Hamlin going to be the rivalry to watch going forward. They can slowly beat the shit out of each other, and if you see the 24 spin, just automatically look for the 11 because you know NASCAR won't.
Okay, that's funny.
That was really good.
I mean, okay,
Oh,
but then again, Denny Hamlin's all talk.
He is.
Like, he was even saying earlier in the race, I was watching like the first stage. I think it was him and Larson were battling, and like Larson kind of hip check defended and kind of made Denny Hamlin go a little lower. And Hamlin's like, well, tell that guy next time I'm not lifting. It's like, okay, Denny, settle the fuck down. We know,
Sure.
we know you're not going to do anything because you're actually too
down.
much of a nice guy.
Yeah. Well, and the other thing was while they did call it out, the original Byron Hamlin incident, it was also like, was that what caused it? They got one of the guys on the team to give Denny a hit because he was hitting Larson through a corner. It was like, really? But that wasn't the case, so.
Yeah, and like, if you Google just like Denny Hamlin fight, nothing ever comes up because the guy doesn't.
It's just too nice.
He actually is. I actually do like Denny Hamlin, but he is a nice guy. So, is that all we have for the NASCAR stuff? Is there anything else?
I was gonna say, do you want to try and guess who's gonna win the next race? But it's at Talladega, so don't even bother.
Let me just pull up. Where is it?
Just put a dollar on all the non-playoff guys other than Reddick, and you could win
Ricky
money.
Bobby.
You have fun with that.
I'm gonna hit her.
Find a sports book that'll do that.
Okay,
Have fun.
First of all, I'm always gonna make that joke when it comes to Talladega. I'm sorry. It's too good.
Also,
I
why
might
you
be
betting
the
on
only one
him?
laughing, but it's fine.
Bet Cal Naughton Jr.
It's gonna be someone like Could be like BJ McLeod.
There you go.
Someone absolutely random.
Hang on, is the book open yet? Let's
No,
see.
it's not.
Damn it.
I actually had the list of people like on my computer, and now it disappeared.
Because your computer sucks.
Fucking Apple.
It's old
Hey,
and it's a Mac.
get
I
out.
don't know what you expect.
And it's reliable. It's still working. I got the battery replaced, and she's good. I resurrected her.
Sean, you got a battery on your desktop?
No, I don't. I just draw like
Exactly.
750 watts of power and we're good to go.
Exactly.
That's not even a high power supply, okay?
No.
Be my desktop computer. Well, you know what? I don't have space for a desktop computer, okay?
You could go with the Mac Mini.
I don't have space for a Mac Mini. Where am I going to put the display? I do not have room.
Okay. Could
I
get a
got my
better
own
Mac.
house.
Ha, like we can afford those.
Okay, I'm gonna say
Are we still pitching things? Oh, okay.
I wasn't. I said don't, but okay, go for it.
oh, I thought we were just going to, but sure.
No, it's
whatever.
it's Talladega. Don't.
It's
try to
impossible.
guess. Yeah. Again, put some money on some non-playoff guys. It'll work out.
Okay, fine. Sounds good.
And Ryan Blaney, because he's still the only playoff guy that hasn't won, so I'll count him as a non-playoff guy.
Yeah, he's definitely not going to win, though.
No, probably not. But if he was going to win, it would be this race. So
That's fair. Taking a totally different turn away from the NASCAR conversation, we had this week the F1 2023 schedule announced.
Okay. Drum roll? No, it's already been announced. That's stupid. Sorry.
So we have 24 races. A new high
That's a
for
really
F1.
big schedule.
Yeah. Thoughts, opinions, suggestions.
Hold on, just give me 1 second here. I'm trying to
Find it?
I'm trying to bring up the. Is it like whenever I want to find something, I can freaking find it.
Real dependable either, Steven. That Mac product.
yep, gotta love it.
You know what?
Hey, Slowpoke
my
over there slowly catches up. Sean, what do you think? Too much? Too little?
In terms
Just
of
right.
24 races, that's too many. I think
22
22
is your magic number?
I think 22 is the best number. 11, easier. 24 is a lot, especially when you're saying to teams, and you only get 3 power units.
Yeah, okay, that's a lot for
Yeah.
3 power units for the whole season. 24 races is a lot to manage that on.
So yeah, I'm just pulling up here on my phone.
Yeah, I have it up now.
It also just seems all over the place. Like there's no
Structure to it.
European part of the calendar.
Yeah, it's considering they're trying to be more eco-friendly, it's not very travel-friendly, which
Yeah.
is also not good for the teams. So,
Well, I mean, the first part, like from March to the end of April, that bunch makes somewhat sense.
I mean, China finally is back on the calendar.
Yes, so
Yeah.
that'll be a fun one.
Yeah, China's back on, adding Vegas.
Which, interesting.
I-
I know a lot of people have a lot of feelings about Vegas. There are a lot of
Did
people
we-
who are excited about it, but
Did we talk about the start time for Vegas?
yes, we
yeah,
did.
we did.
Oh, like the 1 in the morning start time? Okay. I don't remember
Well,
if we...
for us, right? 'Cause
Yeah.
it's at
It's
night there.
1 a.m. Eastern start time and like 6 o'clock in the morning European time. I think it's British time, actually. Mainland would be 7.
Yeah.
Stupid, if you ask me. Terrible time. But yeah,
It's just really...
it's a very jumbled calendar, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, like their European stint, like they've got from Austria to the Netherlands, like they've got 5 races. No,
Yeah.
sorry, 6 races, because to Italy.
And that's it. That's your European part of the calendar, is just Austria to Italy.
Yeah,
And
then
the
it's
summer
kind of
break is
like-
in there too.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and it's also like it's split with Canada. Like that's the thing that's kind of weird is like they would have like a bigger Italian like European stint because like they start at Imola, then it's Monaco, Barcelona, like Spain.
But you go Azerbaijan.
Canada's
So
yeah,
Azerbaijan, you can classify as almost Europe.
almost. Yep.
Like it's Eurasia, I guess.
It's close
Then-
enough that it's not
yeah.
stupid out of the way.
Then Miami, then Italy, then Monaco, Spain, Canada, Austria. Like
The UK.
it's weird
Big
how they
events.
kind of bounce back and forth. It
Oh,
seems.
yeah. It's not. It doesn't even make sense. Like the geography of Europe itself.
Yeah.
Like
The
they're
only
bouncing back between countries a lot.
the only part that is like, I would say like, geography kind of based, would be like USA to Vegas. Which sounds weird to say because that's how it's listed on the calendar.
Austin, Texas.
It's Coda,
Vegas.
Coda, Mexico, Brazil, Vegas. So you got those four.
and then all the way over to Abu Dhabi, because why not?
Because we need that UAE money.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and like Grand Prix, Miami, venue, Miami.
It's amazing that for F1 to be such a global sport, 4 races take place in the Middle East.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I understand your desire to have, representation all around the world. You got
Oil
to
money.
You shut up. Yeah, exactly. But you got to keep, your European base, keep a lot of those classic tracks. Your America's representation. You have all those, and we're just gonna throw 2 extra American races in there because money.
Gosh,
Because
Kyle.
money and obviously F1 wants an
Like,
American driver. Like
you
they're not
can-
giving up on Herta, so
You can trim so much of this calendar or have rotating races, and it be better on teams, better on drivers.
agreed. I still don't like, to be honest, like I don't like the inclusion of Saudi. Like I just don't like the circuit. I think Jeddah is a dangerous circuit. It's gonna kill somebody one day, and I don't think that it's something that should be kept on the calendar. But unless that there's major changes on it.
I agree. I also don't like the Saudi track.
Okay, so
Okay.
before you continue, with that in mind, Sean, your your perfect number was 22. So if you're getting rid of Saudi Arabia, what's your other track that you're getting rid of?
This might be controversial.
Is it Monaco?
No,
What is it?
Baku.
Okay.
Reasoning.
You gave Russia shit for fucking invading Ukraine, yet Baku is allowed to do it shit to Armenia.
Fair enough.
Pick a lane there.
Yep.
I
Taylor, what's
would agree
your
with that.
magic? What's your magic number? Is it 22 as well, or do you have a different idea?
No, I think 22 is a great number, to be honest. Like I think it takes like fans around to see the circuits that they want to see. A lot of the classics, and some new ones just to, add a little bit of spice.
Is it
But
Jeddah and Baku for you as well, or is it there another track that you would get rid of?
I mean, Jeddah for sure. If I'm thinking that like track wise, I wouldn't miss Spain. Like if Spain wasn't on the calendar, I don't think that I would be upset about that. It's the same thing with France. Like France isn't on the calendar, and I was like, finally.
Yep.
It's too boring. And Spain's the same thing. Like I don't think the circuit is designed in a way to allow for really good racing because and we've said this for the past 2 years on this podcast, like every single time we've watched the Spanish Grand Prix, it's always like, and it happened. It just happened. Like
Yeah.
nothing good really. You don't see
It used to be a really good track, to be
racing.
honest, but they kind of killed the final sector.
Yeah.
And it's been
Yeah.
dead since.
Yep.
Yeah. So
Steven-
I
Steven,
think,
what about you?
That's my 2.
I am sort of in the same spot. Baku, Sean, you gave very good reasoning there. I'd be okay with cutting Jeddah and Spain, and if you end up at 21, you end up at 21. I think your sweet spot is high teens, very low 20s.
You cannot go in the teens. You need at least 20.
Yeah. Well,
I
no,
would-
but, like,
20 minimum. 20 minimum.
like if you found a way to trim it to 19 and it made sense, sure, it would be a lot lower, and I don't think they'd ever do that. But I think 20 is your bare minimum.
Also, I hope the Vegas race is a huge flop.
I think it will be because, like, when you look at the actual circuit itself, it doesn't look like it's going to be good.
I
To
think
be
it'll just
honest.
piss off a bunch of people in Vegas who are going to be like, 1 a.m, what the fuck is this happening?
Yeah. Well, and also there'll be, you're pissing off a whole bunch of your fan base. Like, so we're in the Eastern time zone. 1 o'clock start, can maybe stay up for that. It'll be Sunday morning, whatever.
Yeah.
It happens sometimes because China starts at 3 a.m. Australia's an early start. Fine, whatever. But this is a race that should, for us, if you go by, say, the 3 o'clock rule, for us it starts at 6. Or if you start it later because of the heat, you started at 6. Okay, fine. I could do a 9 o'clock start. I wouldn't mind watching on a Saturday night. That'd be cool. But
I will say, though, one thing I wish this calendar had, and that is a race in Africa. Finally get your 6 continents.
Yeah.
I think
So-
it'll come. I think it's
Yeah,
Kailami is the biggest potential there.
okay, so let's do a different exercise. So let's take out Jeddah, Baku, and Spain. What 3 tracks would you add in?
Ooh.
Kailami.
So, which one? Sorry.
Kailami. That's South Africa.
Yep.
Add that in. I would add in Malaysia
Malaysia's a good choice.
Mhm.
and what else would be a good track?
My choice would be Portimao. I wouldn't hate having Portimao on the calendar.
Okay.
Okay, I got a third one.
What's that?
Bahrain Outer Circuit.
The Oval.
Yeah.
The oval.
Ooh, or Indianapolis. That would be a good one too.
Indianapolis would be. You're giving the Americans a 4th race, Sean, for shame.
No,
for
I wouldn't.
shame.
Or we add Portimao, cut Vegas, add Indy. There you go.
That could work. Yeah. Okay.
And you put them there the week before. What's it called? Indy 500.
Oh, that would be fighting. Ooh. No, you would
It'd
have
be
to do Indy either the week before or the week after the Canadian Grand Prix.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Hey, Baku could be gone.
There you go. Hey, funny how that just happens to work out.
Oh, no, Baku's time moved up now. Never mind.
Oh yeah.
It used to be Baku in Canada. Whoops.
Yeah. Yeah. Any other tracks you could possibly add back in, or you would want to see added back in?
I was gonna make a super dumb joke, but it's like literally impossible.
Do it.
I was gonna say bring it back to MoSport, which is now CTMP, but also like, I mean, it wouldn't be terrible, but I don't think the cars I think are probably too big for the track now. Also, like they just never would have it there, but it would be fun to see. Bring it back. 2 GPs in Canada.
What is she smoking? But actually, yeah, that track is really cool, really fun. I don't think the cars can handle it.
No.
The cars?
Yeah.
True. I don't think they could handle it either. But it would be super fun. It is a great track. Not that I'm like biased or anything.
A
I
little.
also don't know. Nuremberg? The Nürburgring?
That's not a terrible answer.
No.
I'd also take
I
Hockenheim.
like
You
that.
could-
I like
we
that
could
track.
There's
we
so
could
many
bring
good
the
tracks.
Germans back.
There really is.
Bring back
Yep.
the German GP. Like, honestly, the last time that they had, I think it was Hockenheim, right? The last
Yeah.
one? That was good. I love the Nürburgring. Like, the circuit design, I think, is great. I think it would be really fun to see.
Nürburgring full circuit.
Oh God.
Get the Nordschleife in there and fucking just do it. I want to see it.
How many sectors and DRS zones are there?
Zero DRS.
Mm.
It's just more like how many corners until
You
someone
fuck up.
crashes.
And we won't have Latifi to do it. Damn it.
I didn't know this. I didn't know Sebring was a F1 road rated
Grade
circuit.
course. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a rough course. It's very bumpy. I don't
Okay.
think the M1
Any
F1
other-
car can do it.
Any other changes you guys would do to this calendar?
Not a whole lot, to be honest.
Yeah.
It seems to kind of have a lot of the things people like. You know, you kept your Monaco despite people calling for its removal. It stays on for at least another 2 years, I think.
Yeah.
You have the Spa still on the calendar. One of these days, this will produce a banger of a race. I guarantee it. Eventually.
The only other thing I would change, I really still want Brazil to be the finale. So you move Abu Dhabi to a spot that makes more sense for travel, and shift your Americas down.
I agree. But the money fucking Abu Dhabi pays.
The
money they pay because they want the finale.
Yes, even though it does, and that's the only thing that I'll say otherwise is the finale doesn't matter as much anymore. You don't have as tight a race
At least this year.
this year. Well, even with the exception of last year, what was the last time we had like the very last race be the title decider?
2016.
Yeah, so twice or once in the last 5 years.
Once every 5 years, it goes down to the wire. How about that?
Sure.
Speaking of title decider, does Max win this weekend?
Probably.
Yeah.
I just don't have any hope for anybody other than Max winning nowadays.
So you know the scenario that Max needs to win, right?
Isn't it win plus fastest lap and Leclerc in 4th or lower or something like that?
I think it's 7th and lower.
So I have it here.
Jeez.
Verstappen has to win fastest lap. Leclerc has to finish 8th or lower, and Perez has to finish 4th or lower. And if Verstappen
Perez 4th or lower. Gotcha.
If Verstappen doesn't win with fastest lap, Leclerc has to finish 9th or lower, and and Perez has to finish 4th or lower without the fastest lap.
Okay.
Because it's not just about how much Max can score, it's also
It's
how many
others.
points they need to catch him.
Can I bet on Perez DNF if in 4th with 10 laps to go?
Just all of a sudden, your
you-
car blew up.
yeah. We see an issue. We see an issue. Please stop the car. I don't feel anything. Please stop the car.
No,
Right
you
now.
just see Horner step out like over the pit wall with a gun and just shoot at his tires. It's like, and you're done for the day.
No.
Yep.
Throws a spike strip.
Box.
What? With all of those, like, I really don't think that Max is going to get the championship this weekend. I think it's coming. Obviously, I don't think that anybody else is actually, like, going to get the championship at this point. I just don't think it's going to happen this weekend.
I mean, do you guys have any predictions for what do you think's going to happen this weekend?
Max is going to DNF.
Ooh, that's a call.
I feel it. I feel his bad luck coming.
I don't. He is bulletproof at this point, it seems.
And Sean just said that Max is going to DNF.
Or am I the kind of guy who's trying to reverse jinx it so that he doesn't DNF?
That never works, Sean. It never works.
I know. He's not going to DNF. It's fine.
Not with you.
I would bet on a Ferrari getting a podium.
I would bet that too.
I am curious, though, how close this one will be. Because it's a street
Yeah.
circuit, high downforce. It seems on those high downforce tracks, the top three, without the long straights, without long sweeping corners, high downforce, slow corners, the top three, like, in terms of Ferrari, Red Bull, Mercedes, they're all kind of close. Do we see a Hamilton win?
No.
No, probably not.
No.
Lance Stroll on pole? Okay, what?
Okay, no,
That's-
Sean, stop. Every time, I can't.
No, I'd be more worried if he didn't say something about Aston Martin and have a delusional finish with something. Oh, hang on, did you say Stroll on pole? Because I think it is supposed to rain. In
I did
Singapore
say
this
Stroll
weekend.
on pole.
So you know what? If it does rain, that's believable.
Goodbye. No, it's not. It is not believable. Still, it doesn't matter how good Stroll may be in the rain. It's the machinery. It's not good.
I mean,
He
what
came third. Williams, damn it.
he started on pole in on second front row in a Williams. Damn it!
Okay, when Williams was actually like respectable still.
No, they
Question
hired
mark?
because they hired Stroll because they needed money,
Right.
and he was
Okay,
18.
Look, people. Look. It's not gonna happen. These are all delusions.
Probably,
Anyways.
yeah. So
And,
Red Bull 1-2. Red Bull 1-2.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, let's be honest.
No.
Paris is shit. So, Max.
Perez is not. If Max is leading, Perez is not getting higher than fifth.
Max.
He will be forced,
Max
he will
first.
drop back.
I'll go Max first. Sainz second. Russell third.
Ooh, okay. I'm gonna go...
Leclerc and Perez DNF, and Verstappen gets the championship.
Boo you. Okay, no. I don't think that.
I mean, it's a very hot race, and it's the longest they've had to fly away since Since Australia?
True. Okay.
Might be some fatigue, some bad. What team has the
I
worst luck there? It seems to be Ferrari with the engines. One of them will go pop.
I think Russell will get his first win.
I don't hate that.
So Russell will get his first win. I say Leclerc second, and I'll say Perez third, just to give him a little boost. But I still think Verstappen's gonna DNF.
I will bet that he doesn't.
Sure,
Yep.
whatever. Okay, Steven, what are your predictions?
I'll go Verstappen, George Sainz.
Okay.
And
Respectable.
I also want one random prediction, not a winner, but something that will happen during the race or race weekend.
Perez magically finds himself behind Leclerc, and for some reason, with no reasoning at all to actually do this, dives in too deep and magically takes him out of the race. Actually, can I? How much is it for first car out of race? Can I put both of them?
No, you only get one.
Damn it! I can bet on both of them though. It just depends on which one wins more.
They're both going about 1,000. Okay, Taylor,
Yes.
any other random predictions from the weekend?
Do I have any random predictions? Yes, I think Latifi will be in the points.
Damn it, you stole mine.
Are we gonna talk driver market just quickly?
That Latifi is gone.
Okay,
Yep.
Latifi. Okay, first off, we all knew that this was gonna happen, but
Or one out for the goat.
yeah, pour one out for Go Tifi. We will miss you. However,
Hey, there's a ride
Okay.
open at Ganassi now.
what
I hear there's a ride open at Ganassi now.
with who?
Oh, you missed that. Yeah, Jimmy Johnson also announced he's retiring full time.
Oh, that's right. Yes, I did see that. Right. Okay. Well, I guess like he could go there, but
I
more
think-
likely he's gonna take over his dad's business. Maybe.
I
or
think
he'll go to
Latifi.
WEC.
I think he'll go to IndyCar.
Oh, okay. I'd love to see him in IndyCar.
I would too. I think he's a great personality.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? And it's a North American series for the most part.
He'll get a
well,
lot of
I
love
mean,
here.
Yeah, he'll get a lot of love here. And the Toronto Indy would be like a home race for him.
Definitely
Like
would.
truly a home race for him. So would love to see that. But okay, who do we think is going to replace Latifi at Williams? Because there's been so much talk in the F1 driver market. It's quite literally insane. Like there's theories coming out the wazoo as to who's going where and what's going to happen. So what are y'all's thoughts? Because honestly, I don't even know anymore. Who wants to go first?
Okay, Steven, there's two favorites here, right?
Correct.
So
Who do you have as a favorite?
there's DeFries and there's Sargent, right?
Yep.
Who do you want to take? I'll take the other.
I'd be leaning personally towards
No,
DeVries.
you argue for one. I'll argue
Okay, so
for the other.
I'll do DeVries.
Okay, then I'll do
That's
Logan
fine.
Sargent.
Okay, do you
Okay.
want to start or want me to start?
You can start.
Okay, so DeVries you already have in the Mercedes family. He's already now raced with Williams, so he's already got some familiarity there. He's a Formula E champion, so he's got some pedigree to his name. He's a bit more experienced. You want to gain some notoriety with the Williams name again. Go with the older guy, gain some respect. Bring in the younger guy later on. There's my elevator pitch.
Nothing about also being a actual world champion in Formula E or anything like that, or
I literally said that, Sean.
okay, sorry, I missed that part. I didn't hear it. I was looking up Logan Sargent quickly. I would definitely go. If you would go Sargent, what you're getting for going with Sargent would be that he is vastly younger. How old is DeFries? 27?
DeVries is 27. He's the same age as us.
Yeah, Sargent's 21. So
Yeah.
way more of a younger driver, more to build a team around if you were maybe looking to be competitive in a few years, versus DeFries, who I think is more in a win now situation, just based on his age. You get the American driver, which as much as every team seems to want the American, mostly just for the marketing purposes, you get the American. So there's a win there for you. You also get with Sargent, I think, a guy who can come in and not immediately be the number one. You can have him learn. You can have him be under Albon. You can kind of grow him into the role. And you have to pay him less.
And I think that's going to be the winning factor between the two, is how much you have to pay him.
Yeah. And what's the demand? Because apparently there's demand for DeVries.
Yep.
Yeah.
And if DeVries goes maybe to some other team, like an Alpine or something, or who really knows, then that opens the door up for Sargent. Any other wildcard entries?
Nico Hulkenberg.
Fuck off.
His name will always be there.
I mean, I guess he's out of a drive out Aston Martin because they signed what's his name? Drugovich to the developer, so I assume he'll be their reserve next year.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I already bet Latifi in the points.
Of
Nice.
course you did.
It was plus 1,600. I couldn't say no.
All right, so we got an Alpha seat, the Alpine seat, and the Williams seat, and the Haas seat.
Yes. Well, and there's a lot going on too. Like, there's just so many questions right now as to who's going where, because I feel like there's a lot more open seats than we're used to at this point in the season. Like, usually after the summer break, we hear a lot of announcements coming out as to like who's going where, and things start to firm up. And it's very rare that you have more than like one open seat towards the end of the season.
Yeah, it's usually show up in Spa. Well, that's the other thing we didn't mention with the calendar next year. Spa is the last race before the break, not the first race after the break.
Yeah, that is going to be an interesting part.
But yeah, it's usually show up in Spa, have a bunch of seats get sorted out, and then have the secondary teams get their seats filled out by guys who left and younger guys. So we're still sort of at that point, but I'd say Alpine's seat is relatively coveted.
Yeah, so
The other
covered,
ones,
that everyone was leaving that seat.
Yeah, that's also true.
Yeah.
I'd say, you know what? Just the fact that it's not like a
Williams.
yeah, it's not like a literal back marker that's just like, somebody please sit in the car.
That is true. So yeah, we will see what happens there. Any other random bets I want to make this week? Who wants to waste my money with me? I was thinking.
You do a good job out there.
I know I
Are
do.
you gonna...
I was thinking of doing Norris in the top 6.
Go
I
for
feel
it.
like that's not a bad bet.
I think it's too obvious, right?
Yeah.
Depends what the payout is.
Double points finish, Aston Martin. Okay.
Oh my gosh. God. If we had dollar bills, you could go spark it up.
I know, right? Anyway,
So Latifi out. Do we want to say anything about Johnson being out?
he might do the
touched on
double.
it.
You know, he's got a good
That'd be-
career. He had his fun in IndyCar. I don't know what else you want from him.
Yeah.
If he did the double, I think that would be awesome.
A good way to finish. I think so.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I gotta go find the article again, but I can't remember if he's done full time. I don't know if that means he's gonna do a couple races here and there for IndyCar.
I think he'll do the 500 again.
Yes, I'd say he's 100% doing the 500. I just don't know any other races that he's gonna do.
Yeah.
And the sad thing was, I actually thought he was pretty good this year.
That he took a step.
Yeah, he was a lot. He was more competitive. He wasn't spinning all the time. I think one race, I think it was Toronto, he was running actually decently and got taken out by Kirkwood.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't for that, I think he would have been like 12th maybe. So yeah. Johnson is one of the all-time greats. And I think him just going into IndyCar and being competitive when he has never even touched the vehicles, yeah, I think that just kind of shows that he is good. Anything else? Are you sure we got
that's
nothing?
it.
Because every single time I hit stop recording and one of
Oh,
you
wait.
is like, oh, we missed this.
Don't
Do
think
we
that happens.
happens at least once every 2 weeks.
You know what? I don't think so. But I actually don't think that there's anything else. Like, not a lot happened in the motorsports world this week.
Okay, fine. On that note, then, we will wrap up. Thank you very much for listening. And we'll be back next
Oh wait,
week.
shit.
Oh, snap, Steven.
You can go.
Thanks for listening to Spare Parts. Remember to follow the show on Twitter at sparepartspod and the hosts at Stephen Clary, at Sean Cavarella, and at Tate Moore.